Hi Libra, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. And today is your September 2015 month ahead forecast. So Libra, as usual, I pull out cards to indicate what the events of the month could potentially be for you guys. Two cards from the top of the deck to signify the general energy for the month, and a card from the bottom to signify the overall theme. And it was funny when I started the reading, Libra, how a card flicked out, and that is the Queen of Wands. This is a character I feel might be involved this month for you in September, okay? But we're going to discuss that in a moment. What I most loved about this reading is that it's really a case of triumph over adversity for sure. When I do the readings now, and I used to do it before anyway, I meditate, but I meditate so hard because I really want to connect with you guys and connect with everything that hopefully some of you guys are going through. And this really, really tells me a story on this reading. And at first, when I started flipping the cards over, I was like, oh shit. I was like, no, not another negative reading for Libra. Something's good has got to happen for these guys, because I've just done so many readings where it's just been kind of really dull and really down and really kind of like there hasn't been like really good news. But this month I feel that there is good news for you guys coming in for September, and I feel that this is really kind of long overdue for you guys, because I feel that through the readings that I've done in the past, you guys have had a really tough time of it. But it looks like you're going to be coming through something here, and it looks like you're going to be fighting your corner in September about something. So obviously for some of you guys it is general reading, so it will resonate with some of you guys, and for some of you guys it won't, okay? So I'm hoping that most of you guys it's going to resonate with. So let's have a look at the overall theme for the month of actually, no, we won't do. We're going to do the overall theme after we've done the general energy. So this is what started me thinking at the beginning of the reading, oh no, is this going to be like some kind of crappy reading all month long? But it's not. This is what I feel that you're probably facing at the moment, or you're going to be facing in September. I feel that it's going on from now, okay? Let me put these in the correct order. We've got the Seven of Wands, guys, and we've got the Eight of Wands. The Seven of Wands card to me is a very dubious card, because it really suggests you're being challenged by opponents. Can you see these 6 wands here? They're stuck in the ground. These are ideas that are stuck. They're steadfast. They will not move. People have their ideas. The wands are all about our ideas and our visions. That's what they're about, action as well, and energy and passion. But when you have energy and you have passion, and you're passionate about an idea, or you're passionate about where you stand on something, it's very difficult to move. And passion can be steadfast and it can be stuck. It means sticking to your guns. But this guy here on the card is sticking to his guns as well. To me, this suggests that some of you guys in September, perhaps going on from now, are standing your ground on something, okay? You're not willing to move on it. It's like, no, it's my way or the highway. I'm looking at the guy's feet on this particular card, and they are kind of uneven, which means he's on rocky territory, okay, within this reading, okay, which means you guys are kind of are on unsteady ground, but you're holding your own. You're holding your own. Somebody's trying to rock the boat for you. This is what I'm feeling with this card. But this is a card also of self-confidence and saying, no, I believe in something and I'm sticking to it. This is what I believe and I'm sticking to it. Now, I feel for the month of September, you're going to have silent assassins going on. If they're not silent assassins, then it's a lot of people coming at you with a lot of kind of fiery energy. Because we've got the Eight of Wands directly next door to the Seven of Wands. Now, you guys know that I'm an intuitive reader. So I always look at pictures on the cards to tell me something. Okay? Always. And the Eight of Wands, in the textbooks, in literature, it's always about fast-moving energy, messages. Because it's a creative card, these messages are usually via what people create. So we create energy, okay? So it's energy that's being put across. It's visions that are being put across. It can be in the form of text, emails, written words, social media, that type of thing. It's often not spoken as far as I'm concerned. It's more kind of like the energy and the fire that you feel. So I feel that people are going to be coming at you guys this month. You've already got some opponents there that won't move. And you're having to stick your ground on something. And there are other people in the frame. There are other people chucking their 2p worth into something here with you guys. But this is a month, the general energy is a month of you obtaining your own confidence and standing in your truth. No matter how difficult things might get, whichever situation this is about, no matter how difficult this might get, you need to stand your ground, because there is going to be victory at the end of September. I can feel this very, very strong. So I feel the general energy for the month is... and it's funny because the Eight of Wands suggests to me something that travels. So it's energy that travels. It's passion that travels, okay? But these wands shouldn't hurt you too much, because they're not really hitting on you. They're coming at you, but you're trying to deal with something else here. So I do feel that you've got a lot of adversaries in September, okay? But I don't feel it will so much be spoken words. I feel it will be more an energy of it, okay? Coming from several people. This card, the Eight of Wands, looks to me like somebody's striking. The wands are striking through the air. It's like very fast striking. So you might be involved in something where people are trying to hurt you with their visions, okay? With their energy. They're trying to get at you. They're trying to attack you. Because on one hand, with the Seven of Wands, you're having to put up with people who are steadfast in the way that they think. And as a result of the way that they think, they're trying to kind of attack you with the way that they think, or the way that they feel, or not so much feel, but with their visions, with whatever it is that they believe in. They're trying to attack you with it. But you're still holding on. So the general energy for the month is standing in your truth and standing firm within adversity, because it's going to help you win the day. The overall theme for the month, to tie the whole reading together, and we'll come back to this card after I've gone through the events, Libra, is the Hanged Man. Now, when I look at this card, the Hanged Man always reminds me of somebody who accepts... I like this card. I like the card a lot. Because this guy is the odd one out, okay? And you are, potentially for some of you guys, you are the odd one out in September. You are the odd one out now. Because everybody's trying to attack you with something. So you're probably the person that sticks out like a sore thumb on something. You're probably the person who people think it's easy to try and attack. And there is going to be a little bit of stress around that, okay? Because we do have the Hanged Man here. And the Hanged Man is accepting a limitation. You know, the Hanged Man says, okay, this is how far I can go with this. It is what it is. This is what the Hanged Man says. He says, it is what it is. I'm just going to accept myself for what I am. I'm in this position. I'm upside down. I don't stand up straight like everybody else. I'm not walking. I'm in a very precarious position here. A very uncomfortable one. But you know what? I'm just accepting it. I'm just going to embrace it. So it's almost like the reading is saying for you, Libra, you've just got to embrace the discomfort within September, okay? Embrace how you feel. And embrace the discomfort. Embrace the difficulty. Embrace the limitation, because you've taken a situation as far as you can go with it, okay? And now you've got to embrace it. But that doesn't mean that people won't be on your ass. They'll still be on your ass, probably, okay? But it's how you deal with it that matters. You can't control how other people act, but you can control how you act. That's how I feel is the general ethos of this month, okay? But I do feel that you're going to stand up to someone or something, maybe a couple of people. You're going to be standing up to an adversary within September. And you're going to say, you know what? Nah. You want to bring it on, bring it on. And somebody's going to back down. I'll show you this in a minute. Okay? But the Hanged Man for me is letting go of fear. If you were to hang upside down on a tree or a branch or whatever, with one foot suspended on the branch and 1 foot behind the foot that is suspended, and your body contorted on the top, how are you going to feel? Blood rushing to your head. You're going to feel fearful of that. But this guy embraces it. Okay? And I noticed with this Hanged Man card as well that he has a light. It's almost like it's a candle behind his head, which shows me that this man is supported in his limitation. Okay? There is a guiding light. There is a light behind his head which shows some kind of universal support as far as I'm concerned with the Hanged Man. Because for me, when I think about the universe and I think about whenever we accept our limitations, whenever we accept the fear and we absorb it, whenever we accept something that is negative and say, this is how it is, and I'm just going to kind of just let the cards fall and I'm just going to accept whatever it is, this is when the universe comes to our aid. But when we fight against it, when we really, really fight against it, this is when it's difficult to kind of change things. And it's funny because the Hanged Man is also a card about looking at things from a different perspective. So it's a case of, I think I said in another reading somewhere along the line for September for another of the star signs, when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change. Okay? So when you change the way that you look at a situation, that situation starts to change. Events start to change. But if you immerse yourself in worry over something, nothing changes. It always stays the same. So it always starts with you. And I feel that this reading is saying that the changes start with you. Okay? The changes start with you. Okay? You can be silent in confidence. And this is what this Seven of Wands guy does. He holds up a large wand against these 6 adversaries or against these people that are stuck in their ways. And he says, no, I'm holding my ground on this. And he's confident. And he believes in his cause. But then the 8 of Wands that are trying to attack him, they can't go anywhere. They're actually just going over his head. They're trying their best to attack him, but they're just going over his head. Because he's accepted the limitation of the situation. He's accepted he can't fight everyone. So he's just going to let the cards lie, and he's just going to let those 8 wands fall wherever they're going to fall. But he's not going to turn in every direction trying to back this off, back that off, back the other off. He's just going to let them do what they're going to do. And this is why I say, with the Hanged Man, the overall theme for the month is accepting the limitation, relaxing, looking at something from a different perspective, changing your viewpoint on it. Okay, going with the flow. This guy goes with the flow. Accepting your awkwardness. Because the Hanged Man for me is kind of the odd one out of the pack in the tarot, especially in the major arcana. Because he is upside down. He is kind of gobbledygook. He's kind of topsy-turvy. You know, so he stands out like a sore thumb. He doesn't stand. He doesn't sit. He's upside down in a very contorted manner, but he's accepted the awkwardness of the situation. So this is for a month for you guys of accepting the awkwardness of a situation, accepting your awkwardness, accepting yourself as you are and saying, you know what? I might seem awkward to other people, but to me, I'm absolutely fine. So I'm just going to accept that and be happy in that. This is a card about having a lack of fear over something, accepting a difficult situation, accepting difference within yourself. Because when you accept yourself, other people accept you. Okay? And that's the way it works. So I feel the overall theme for the month is accepting the limitation of a situation, going through the motions, accepting that you can't please everyone all the time, accepting that there will be adversaries, that there are probably opponents, people who oppose your cause, people who oppose your visions, people who oppose your ideas. But if you stand strong in your truth, you can't go wrong. So let me show you the cards that came up for you. Libra, we have the Moon. And we also have the Hermit. And all through this reading is saying, go within. Go within, because when you go within, you become stronger. This is what this reading is strong, especially with the first 4 cards. The first 4 cards, when they came out, guys, were incredible. The Moon card is about fear. It's about anxiety. It's about relying on our instincts. It's about intuition. It's about not hiding from the truth, okay? It's about insecurity. But the insecurity, a lot of the time, I feel that this is very much a mental and energy-based month for you guys. So I feel that a lot of the stuff that is going on, a lot of it could be unspoken. A lot of it could be kind of fear tactics coming from other people. This is what I'm feeling here. Fear tactics that are designed to unsettle you, that are designed to make you feel uncomfortable within a certain situation. And I can already see maybe 2 people who are involved in this, 2 people who are trying it on. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse and the Queen of Wands that flipped out. I feel that there are a couple of people that are against you. You are showing up as the Queen of Swords, who is air. You are air. Okay, I know Libra represents balance, but Queen of Swords is one of the air signs. Okay, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So I feel people are going to be trying to play mind games with you maybe during September, or even going on from now. Because the Moon card is all about worry, nightmares, and all of those things are up here in the head. Okay, it's about the unconscious and the subconscious. Okay, it's about repressed emotions. It's about feeling weaknesses. It's about the shadow self, which I think I read somewhere. Carl Jung spoke about the shadow self. So not being able to express yourself, repressing your feelings, that type of thing. Depression. The Moon card can represent depression and angst. But the Hermit card is you trying to figure out the truth. Now, the Hermit card admittedly represents Virgo. Okay, so it's earth, practicality. So it's working things out in a practical manner. So it could be a case of, okay, I'm feeling this way. Internally, I'm feeling really anxious. I'm feeling really scared about something. I'm feeling really worried about it. But what does your practical side tell you? You know, when you sit down and you really think about it, how do you come to a solution on a situation in September? A practical solution. Not something that's going on up here, but something that you can practically do to resolve something. Okay? What's the practicality? Okay? How can you sort a situation out? How can you relieve yourself of the tension? And this is what I feel that the Hermit is saying next door to the Moon card. That instead of repressing your emotions, you need to kind of get them out into the open. You need to express them. This comes with soul searching. The Hermit looks like to me he's also meditating on this staff. And I say this because of how the reading is going. Sometimes I see the Hermit as being really burdened with the staff up to his head. But in this one, I see him as meditating. Okay? So the Moon card conceals, it represses, it dumbs down. But the Hermit seeks to enlighten itself. How can we resolve this situation? How can I resolve feeling this way about this situation around these people or these forces that are trying to attack me? How do I resolve this? And the cards are saying go inward, Libra. Go inward, meditate, pray, search, and find a practical solution to a very psychological problem. Because I feel that people are psychologically trying to do something maybe in September, but it won't work. And again, we've got the Nine of Swords. Again, a card of psychological imbalance, a card of depression, okay? And it's funny with this card as well, I never noticed this before. But looking at the card, if you look there, can you see there? There's a chest of drawers or something underneath the bed. And on that chest, there are 2 people fighting and one person is being defeated. So there is worry over a fight, over a disagreement for some of you guys, I feel, in September. And this is where the worry comes in. It's the worry of losing the fight, losing your ground. But yet you're still standing your ground. So I feel that the confidence that you guys are exerting here in September over something, standing your ground, you're still feeling frightened around this. But you know what you've got to do. You know what the right thing is to do. And it's funny, going back to the Moon card and the Hermit. This really says finding the right path through adversity. And this is what this guy tries to do in the Seven of Wands. He stands his ground because he's finding the right path through adversity, through adversaries. In the Nine of Swords, you are worried. You are worried over a fight. You are worried about feeling defeated. There is anxiety again, mental anxiety. But these are all of a psychological nature. Because I believe that maybe for some of you guys, someone is trying to play mind games. And when people try and play mind games with you, it can really kind of put you off balance. It can really depress you. It can make you think, well, what's wrong with me? Which is why we come back to the Hanged Man. Accepting the awkwardness. Accepting your differences. Accepting that you're probably not like everyone else, that you are different and you are special. And to embrace that. And to love yourself within that. As I've said, there is worry here over some form of a fight or disagreement going on within the Nine of Swords. But the Four of Swords says retreat. Because power is in silence, so retreat and gather your strength up, because you will need to fight another day, Libra. Okay? The Four of Swords, this guy has hung up 3 swords. There are 3 swords hung up, but he has a sword directly underneath him, which means that when he is ready, he will pick that sword up and he will fight another day. Okay? This card is a card about recovering before you get up and fight again. Before you get up and fight again, it's a card of recovering. So this card is really saying, take time out from the worry. Relax. Okay? Take time out from the worry and relax from it. Okay? Because if you carry on fighting, you're going to burn yourself out. So take time out and think about it. Think about the next course of action. Think about your next strategy within this reading. It flows beautifully, this reading does. It really does. And I really like doing it because I can see the outcome here. This card says you're going to come back stronger, the Four of Swords, because you're not in a strong state here with the Nine of Swords. And you're not in a strong state here with the Moon. And even with the Hermit, you're not in the strongest position because you are seeking truth and you are seeking wisdom. And when we're seeking those things, there is still the chance of feeling vulnerable because we don't know what the truth will be. We don't know what the outcome's going to be. So these first 3 cards are very much cards of vulnerability in a way. Okay? So I feel that you are feeling vulnerable, but it's still saying here with the Hanged Man, embrace the vulnerability because this guy is vulnerable. There's not a lot he can do hanging upside down like that. His hands are probably tied behind his back as well. So if somebody wants to pout a load of tomatoes at him, there's nothing that he can do about it. He has to sit there and take it. But as long as you embrace the vulnerability, the awkwardness, the perhaps being the odd one out or being on your own, the universe is going to come and support you as long as you can accept that limitation instead of consistently fighting it. Stand in your personal truth. Okay, stand in your personal truth. Retreat from worry. Retreat from feeling vulnerable. Embrace it. Meditate, pray, because you will have to get up and actually finish this fight, whatever the fight is. Now, it was interesting to me how we had the Queen of Swords. This is representative of you guys. I love this card. I know that I've given her a bad rap some of the time, but I do actually like the Queen of Swords when she's in her powerful, most powerful, strongest stance. And here you are, guys, okay? And it's funny, we have 3 queens in this reading. 3 queens in a reading can infer gossip. Okay, so I do feel there are maybe a couple of women or a couple of people here who are playing mind games with you guys. But you know what? We've got the Queen of Swords. She has her sword up and she's got her hand out like that. And she's saying, come on. Right. I'm now rested with the Four of Swords. I've taken the time out now to think about this situation. I have devised a strategy. And I'm coming back with all my bloody guns blazing, love. This is what she's saying. She's saying, come on. I've got this sword here and I'm ready to strike. If you think you're bad enough, come on. This is what she's saying. Look at her. She's inviting now. And you know what one of these adversaries is doing? The Queen of Pentacles is directly next door to her. And she's upside down. Oh dear. This could be a Virgo, Capricorn, or I think it's Taurus individual. We also have the Queen of Wands sitting at the top of the reading. I don't believe that this is a colleague or someone who is a comrade to you. I believe this is somebody potentially involved in this situation. She's in reverse. This suggests imbalance. It suggests weakness, losing your grip. Somebody's losing their grip, okay? This is someone who can potentially cause, when she's in the reversed position, potentially cause problems within a social circle. But she's not upright. She's not holding on to this pentacle. Okay? She's not facing you upright. She's facing you downright. Okay? She's facing you in reverse. Which suggests to me that she's losing her grip on her power. Her power is her pentacle. Her power is her strength. I'm sorry, her pentacle is her strength. But she's losing the grip on the strength. Okay? She's losing the grip on the thing that makes her. And that's because she's been invited to say what she's got to say, to do what she's going to do. And she's gone and she's hot-tailed it. She's backed down. She's bottled out of the fight. Because you got your strength back and you invited her in. You invited her to come along and show you what she's made of. But she can't do it. She's lost her bottle. She's a coward. Whoever this person is. Whoever this person represents to you is a coward. Whether this is a load of people or one person, they're a coward because they've backed down from a fight. They've given in. They've lost their grip on it. They're lacking confidence now. The Queen of Pentacles upright is a confident woman. Nurturer, mother. Very giving, very loving. When she's in the reverse, she can be almost like a control freak. But this little control freak has lost her grip. And she doesn't like the fact that you've invited her to fight. And I'm not talking about a physical fight, I'm talking about a war of words. To me, the Queen of Swords represents communication, okay? But it's straight down the line communication, okay? You can't trifle with this woman because she'll tell you about her business. She'll tell you about your business, okay? She cuts through the crap, and her words cut deep. Strong communication, guys. I don't believe any of you guys will be mincing your words with anyone. And she's turned her back. See? Look at this. Her back is now turned to the Queen of Swords and she's upside down. She doesn't quite know what to do. She's not facing you. She's got her back to you. Shows fear to me. So after all of this worry and anxiety and vulnerability, you've found your strength in September, I believe, Libra. You'll find your strength. And the final 2 cards. And it's funny, the Queen of Swords also is someone who puts her foot down. So maybe you're going to be putting your foot down to somebody who's been trying to cause trouble around you. And they hot-tail it out of there. They lose their grip on their power. The final 2 cards, Libra, are showing us the 6 of Wands. Beautiful, beautiful card. Victory. Absolute unadulterated victory, Libra. Okay? Progress, self-confidence, self-worth, strength. It's the success through a challenge. Okay? This is you being acknowledged for your strength. You're acknowledged now. You're no longer the outsider with the Hanged Man. You're the victor with the Six of Wands. And people are acknowledging your strength. They're acknowledging that you're not some little victim that can be messed around with, because you stood up to an adversary. Okay? You've overcome your adversaries, or you're overcoming them. And the card next to this, interestingly enough, is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So this is you guys going from feeling insecure to feeling secure. This card really talks about, when I look at it, that you may have felt out in the cold when it's upright, but now you're feeling welcomed in. This is you seeing new opportunities come your way. If this is anything to do with finance, this is recovery from financial loss. It's an end to difficulties. It's seeing a way out of the fog. It's feeling renewed. It's feeling good about yourself. This is a really fine reading, Libra. Really, really fine reading. Let's do a quick recap on this, guys. The general energy is standing your ground, standing in your truth. You'll probably have many attacks, or people trying to attack you within September, or even going on from now. Trying to lower your defences, trying to make you feel that you're not confident. And sometimes you may falter, because this guy is standing on an even ground with the Seven of Wands. And it's funny, because I've just noticed on this Seven of Wands, I don't know whether this very green bit in the centre here of the grass he's standing on, can you see that, represents water. But it's almost like he doesn't want to put his foot inside the water. He doesn't want to kind of reveal any type of emotion, okay? Or get himself embroiled in feeling any emotion over this. He's holding his own, okay? And holding your own needs resilience rather than emotion, okay? It needs strong mental thought rather than being reactionary and doing stuff as a result of how you feel emotionally. So the general energy is holding your own against people who might try and play mind games with you or try and attack you. It's standing in your truth, accepting your limitation, accepting fear, because the truth will set you free. It's accepting who you are. You may be the maverick. You may be the person that just doesn't fit into a group of people with the Hanged Man. But it's saying, I'm okay with that. I'm okay where I am at the moment. Once you accept yourself, everything else does. The universe comes in to support us when we can just surrender. And this is a card of surrender. It's a card of sacrifice. Sacrificing our inhibitions and not being afraid to embrace them. So this is a month of surrendering to a situation. Acknowledging the limitation of something. Acknowledging when you've gone as far as you can go. There will be some anxiety for you guys. But the cards are saying go inward. Soul search. How can you, with the Hermit, who is representative of Virgo, Earth sign, what practical steps can you take to resolve a situation that is causing you anxiety or worry? This anxiety or worry is to do with some form of antagonistic behaviour, some kind of fight or disagreement or opposition to you. But the cards are saying retreat, rest. Don't worry too much about it. Try not to. Pray, meditate. Get yourself mentally stronger. which is what this guy does in the Four of Swords. The Swords is all about our communication, and it's all about the way that we think. So there is strength in silence. There is strength in going inward, which we see with the Hermit and we see with the Four of Swords. Take time out to contemplate and think about the situation. How are you going to deal with it? If this is to do with people who are antagonizing you or trying to make your life difficult, how can you practically resolve that? How can you mentally resolve that? Well, you do that by not showing everything on the table, by not wearing your heart on your sleeve, but by thinking and musing and working out, how do I turn this situation around so that I can feel more comfortable? The Four of Swords is the pause card. It's taking a pause before you take action. So the cards are saying there's no point in sitting and worrying. There's no point in feeling anxious about a situation. You need to pause, take time out for yourself, and trust in the universe, because this is what this guy does with the Four of Swords. He prays. He trusts in universal higher forces to help give him the answers. When you're feeling stronger with the Queen of Swords, you're going to come back with all guns blazing. There may be some communication that you give out to someone. It might simply be that you're putting your foot down with something, but you're inviting someone to, okay, you're giving me all of this crap. Let's see what else you got. And once you stand up to what I consider to be a bully, or if this is a case of some of you guys have been going through some kind of bullying or adversity with other people, once you start to stand your ground and you start to show strength instead of weakness, that's when they hot-tail it out of there, because they've lost their grip, they've lost their control over you. They can't be playing mind games with you anymore. There's no point. Because you got their number and you stood up to them. The Queen of Swords is standing up to this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. But the Queen of Pentacles is turning her back. She doesn't want the confrontation. She's lost her grip. So she hot-foots it out. And finally, Libra, you are the victor with the Six of Wands. You are no longer the outsider with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Here you are as the outsider, but because you accepted the limitation of this situation, because you accepted that there was no more that you could do but go within, take a pause, and not worry too much about it, and accept yourself for who you are, accept that if people don't like you, they don't like you. If they like you, they like you. Because there was strength in your silence with the Four of Swords whilst you sorted out what you wanted to do. We see here, when you have put your foot down, you've come back stronger. You put your foot down. But somebody's hot-tailed it and turned their back. They don't want to know. They're too afraid of the confrontation. What we then see here is you guys as the victor, being celebrated, supported. You've overcome an adversary. You've overcome a challenge. And you are no longer out in the cold. There is a renewed sense of confidence, I believe, going to be happening with some of you Librans in September. Because you have stood up to a challenge. Absolutely beautiful reading, Libra. Really, really good reading. For September, just stand in your truth, guys. Stand in your truth. But be silent with that truth, okay? Be silent with it. There may be people that are going to try and unnerve you. There may be people that are going to try and attack you with their energies. So this could be as far as a dirty look. It could be as far as not saying much, but showing it in body language, that type of thing. But just absorb it all. And just accept yourself for who you are. Accept the limitation of the situation. Accept that you've gone as far as you can go with something. Don't show people your vulnerabilities, because sometimes some nasty little bastards can want to act on that, you know. Some people are quite sadistic as far as I'm concerned. But instead of showing your weaknesses, embrace them. There is power in silence, there is power in prayer, there is power in meditation. And when you are feeling stronger, you're going to come back. And I believe that you guys will, if this is resonating with any one of you that is watching this, you will fight that adversary. And you will end up the victor. Brilliant reading, guys. Love doing that reading. Let me know if any of this resonates with you. I would like to say thank you very much for choosing Carol's Universe for your general September reading. And I will speak with you guys really, really soon. Take care, my darlings. Bye-bye.